All right, it's the end of another week, and it's the weekend, Friday night, and we got a little list of things to do here this weekend because this coming week is our family Kentucky trip with the Jeep. So I'm super excited about that, but we have a couple things that we need to get done before we're ready to go. So we're gonna see what we can bang out the next couple days here, get ready to go. But the first thing I wanna take a look at is, last time I had my truck at the shop, they said it needed ball joints. And so I thought we better take a look at that and see if we can get that fixed up. So I got some parts. I think I have everything here now. So we're gonna pull the truck in, see if we can do ball joints on this thing. So it must be ball joint time because the farm truck also needed ball joints. And I just got that done. And I'll have to show you, I got this brand new ball joint removal tool and it worked out awesome. Oh, you can't see, it's too dark. New ball joints, upper and lower ball joints, and it actually went really great with this new ball joint removal tool. I was kind of dreading it because ball joints can be a real bugger if you don't have the right tools, but I think we got the right tools now, so we'll see how it goes on the Duramax. But the reason that it's still up on jack stands is because steering shaft. The joint at the bottom of the steering shaft went out and it's not replaceable. So I had to get a whole new shaft. I ordered one and it was supposed to be here today. I went up to pick it up and they couldn't find it. They were pretty sure it came in, but they couldn't find it. So maybe tomorrow we'll see if it's there, if they can find it. We'll get the shaft put in, we'll get that put back together because that was another thing that's on the list to get that done. We got an alignment appointment for that coming up. And so I wanted to make sure we had that ready to go, and we need to get that thing inspected too. So, all right, let's get the Duramax in, do some ball joints. Gotta get some stuff out of the way. Gotta get the breaker bar before I bust my ratchet. What are we gonna do? All right, we're gonna give this a try. This is a trick for getting rusted bolts loose, but you spray it up with penetrating oil, then hit it with the riveter. The shaking works the penetrating oil into the cracks. That's gonna make it hard to put ball joints on if we can't get the caliper off. I'm not sure what's going on there. All right, well, so far no luck. I'm gonna just try to take the whole caliper bracket off, and then we'll see if we can lay it down and lube it up and maybe let it sit overnight. All right, now it's time. Guess you can't really see with my light on. Now it's time for the most satisfying part of this job. I got my new ball joint removal tool kit. It takes a couple of hands. It's essentially just a heavy-duty C-clamp, but it makes this process so much nicer. See my heavy-duty C-clamp? So it comes with a bunch of different spacers for the bottom. So you put a collar around the outside of the ball joint, and this thing's gonna shove the ball joint out through the middle. So of course, now that you're watching, it doesn't work, but on the 6.5 it worked great. But we're just gonna warm this up a little bit, see if that helps us out here. All right, it's the next day. We decided to take a little break last night because we're struggling with this ball joint. So I was super excited to show you how awesome that tool worked, and of course it didn't work. So it worked great on the other truck, but apparently it doesn't got the guts to do this truck. So maybe we need to get another ball joint press, but I have one more idea. We're gonna try it one more time here this morning after we soaked it up for the night. But if that doesn't work, I have another idea that we're gonna try. No go. All right. All right, so last night when I was laying in bed, I had this idea. And I remembered I had built this kind of frame as a means of pressing off the gearbox on our manure spreader. And I think this frame could possibly work here to bust this ball joint loose. So we're gonna give it a shot, see what happens. All right, so here's this frame. And the idea is that you use it with a bottle jack. So let's give it a shot. I think this is gonna give it as much as we can give it. So still using our ball joint tool parts here. That guy's gonna hang on for dear life. We got it. Man, that thing is tight. Holy smokes. But it's moving. So I figured out the problem why it stopped, because this hole isn't big enough. We were up on the taper of the ball joint. That's why we couldn't push anymore. So maybe it's enough now. We can just knock it out with a hammer. Let's give it a shot. That one was a fighter. Well, now back together. I'm gonna get this started here a little bit. I think we're gonna use our press, this frame again, since our other thing is kind of busted, so. There we go. All right, one lower ball joint installed. So now we're back to this frozen caliper bolt. I've been banging on it with the impact, or with the riveter, the chisel, and I think we worked it loose. I think I can see the rust coming out. Hey, look at that! We got it! Okay, well, there was that side. Now we gotta repeat it for the other side. Okay, we're gonna take a break from that and we're gonna help Jaden mow. He's bummed out because he has to mow. So I'm gonna give him a hand mowing quick. We'll get that done. I got the McCormick out, so we're gonna service that thing. It's warming up now, so let's get the mowing first. As you can see, we're a little bit behind in our mowing job.
Rubbery ones.
Oh. What's happening?
It's not going in the bucket.
That hose is like right in the way.
Earl said you're loading out pigs on Tuesday.
What?
Earl said you're starting to load out pigs on Tuesday.
I know, it's crazy.
That is crazy. I think they're going out Thursday and Friday.
Did you guys hear that? We're already starting to load out pigs next week. It's crazy. It's a week earlier than we expected, but it's good because last batch we got too heavy, so it'll be good to get them out. I went to go talk with Sarah about some stuff going on in the hog barn, and when I came back, apparently the wind must have blown this stream of oil out. And I got a big mess. That's the wrong way. At least it's a little warmer out today. When I did this with the Magna, it was so cold and the oil was so thick. This is not the fastest way to do it with these cans, but it's our way, so we'll make it work. Ideally, you'd have some sort of pump. You could pump it right in, but we have to pump it into the can and then bring it over here. So we got the oil filter changed. We got both fuel filters changed here. That's what I was working on there a second ago. Hopefully we don't have air in the fuel system. Last time I kind of had a mess. It took me a long time to get it bled out. There is a primer pump up there, so I've been pumping that. So hopefully we'll be in better shape this time. Not even on the stick yet. See, the problem with these cans is that you want to tip it more and then you spill it out the front. Did you see what just happened right there? This little hand pump is on the top of this filter assembly, so I've just been pumping this thing every now and then. I can feel it building pressure, so that's good, but I just don't want to recreate what happened last time. I put a new outer air filter in. I didn't change the inner one. It looked really clean, and so thought we'd save some dollars there. This thing has this whole stack of stuff here. It's got the AC condenser, the intercooler. This, I don't know what this is. Maybe an oil cooler, and then the radiator. But they slide apart so you can pull it out. You can blow it out. No, just a little bit. There's one down in there too. See that? There's one on the top and bottom of that little shock, and then there's these have it on the front and the back.
Okay.
Oh, my glass of tea. It's fine.
Yeah. If it doesn't make, if we can,
Right. I thought
we
maybe
get it all done in a day, and them waiting until Monday is probably better.
Right. Maybe since it seems like everything's breaking here lately, the tree decided to get on board too. The other night we were sitting in the living room, we heard this huge crash, and the dog was freaking out, and I didn't know what happened. We like looked out, we didn't see anything, but it wasn't until the next morning that we walked outside and we saw what happened here. But this one big branch on the tree in the front yard here fell down and is just propped against the house at the window, but it didn't break the window. So the deal is now we got to see if we can get it the rest of the way down before it does break a window, and not break a window in the meantime. So we're gonna see if we can get this pulled down. That's as high as it goes, right?
I think I'm still higher. I'm not maxed out.
Let's see if I can get a little bit of that trimmed off there yet. put a rope on it, you can pull it. That way when it starts to fall, we can get in the way. It doesn't go into that thing. We were fortunate enough not to break any windows, but I just don't want to break windows into trying to take it down here, so we're like really close. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That looks good. It's not gonna go back and hit you, is it? I think it's gonna go that way. You have it? Let me tell a little bit more yet. Can you back out, like kind of turn that way? Try coming down now. Yeah. You could go down a little bit more yet. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Try going up. Yeah, go back a little bit more. See if you can. There you go. Yeah, go, like spin it that way now. I think keep going back. Just keep going back. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, you're good. Nice. All right, well that went pretty good. We got that all down. We didn't break any windows, so that's good. I just got a call from Advanced Auto Parts that the steering shaft for the 6.5 is here. So I still got one more ball joint to get out of the truck. The McCormick is pretty well wrapped up. I need to do hydraulic filters yet on that. We'll get that later. But I'm gonna run and get this shaft, but I think we're gonna try to work some ground here yet. So we got the McFarlane hooked up to the Magnum. That's the McFarlane that we rent from the neighbor. And we're gonna go give that a shot real quick. We tried it a little bit earlier this week. It was just too wet. So we're gonna give that a shot. Earl's gonna run that if it's fit, and I'll keep working here with this stuff. Seems pretty wet, huh? Oh yeah. Look at that big juicy guy.
It's a meal right there.
They say if you can make a mud ball, it's too wet. You can definitely make a mud ball.
Yeah.
But plus it's like just leaving slits.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe we should wait. All right, it's still too wet. We made a round, but it's clumpy. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens, but maybe on Monday, we'll see. On the tractor, planting, getting her done. 10 rows at a time, beautiful day. Let's go.
Let's see if we can find the seat. Should be roughly 2 inches up right there. Didn't take long. Right there it is. Here's my knife for reference.
All right, we're doing it, getting our first corn in the ground. I'm sure I already told you, but got the planter out, finished up all the prep stuff, and we have about 10 acres in the ground already, so it seems to be running pretty good. The markers are working great, that's for sure, and we're running pretty good singulation, putting her in the ground at about 32,000 seeds per acre, and that's running pretty true. So yeah, everything's going good so far. So we're gonna try to get this first 30 acres planted today, and then tomorrow we leave for Kentucky. So we're kind of pushing to get this in the ground before we leave. Tomorrow's gonna be rainy too, so today's the day. So right back there is the reason why 10-row planter is frustrating for someone who's running the chopper or running the combine. There's a little clump of trees right in the middle of the field there, and I have 10 rows, so I went 10 rows around this way and 10 rows around the other way. But when you have an 8-row or 12-row header, you can't do that. So you just have to jockey around a little bit. It'll be fine. All right, I gotta go get some more seed. We have probably only, I don't know, 5 or 6 acres to go here yet. So I'll go grab a couple bags of seed, and then we'll get going again. It's getting kind of windy out here again. Jaden's gonna run me out to the planter with our seed. This thing feels like it's getting slower. It's better than carrying the seed, I guess. All right, all finished up, back in the shed. Check it off the list. All right, just ran to Advanced Auto Parts, and they finally had our steering shaft. Took a couple tries to get it ordered in, but anyway, we got it now. So we're gonna get the shaft put in the truck, but I don't know if we're gonna get it done today. But here, I'll show you why I had to get this shaft. I had ordered the coupler at the end of the shaft where the shaft meets the steering gear, the steering gearbox. I thought it was a separate part. I ordered the part and it came in, I had it waiting here, and when I pulled this shaft apart, what I found was this joint is not removable. It's fixed onto this shaft, so I had to buy the whole shaft. Yeah, it needed to be replaced. The old joint was really bad. Some people call it a rag joint. It's like a piece of rubber sandwiched in there that kind of lets it flex a little bit. But the old joint had gotten a lot of play in it, so it was high time to get it swapped out. So we're gonna do that, but I don't know if we're gonna get it in there today. I need to get my truck finished up. We're gonna get that put together first, and then maybe we'll work on another project that I'm super excited to show you guys. I don't know if we'll get into that yet today, but we'll show you. Okay, Duramax is all done. Time to get back to this project.